Alright guys, so I know that this lesson has been challenging for some of you, and many of you have emailed me saying you're not sure what's going on, you're not sure how to do it. So I'm going to show you a few tricks and strategies that you can use in order to solve one-step addition and subtraction equations. So in this problem, you're going to see that I have some value plus 3 equals 5. So many of you can look at this and go, Mrs. Burke, I know it's 2. And I'm glad you know it's 2. But I'm going to show you why it's 2, and then hopefully we can use this same strategy to solve other problems. So let's say, okay, that my end goal is 5, okay, and on this side of the equation, I have 3 units, okay? So I have 3 plus I don't know what gives me 5. Now, many of you can go, well, duh. You add 2 to this side, okay, and you get 5 and 5. That's great, but however, we're not always going to want to count up or count down to get those. That's not an effective strategy. Instead, we want to look at what can I do every single time. If my total is 5, and I have 3 on this side, I need to figure out what is left, okay? So I'm going to take away the 3 from each side to figure out what I have left, because I already accounted for the 3 that were part of my 5. It's right here. So if I take away those 3, what do I have left? I have 2. Key word I used there was take away. I am taking away the 3 that is on this side in order to tell me what do I have left. I have 2 left. So 2 plus 3 equals 5, and that does work out. Okay, this problem. All right, I have 4 on this side, and again, if chips are not your favorite thing, I just sometimes draw out little dots. I have 4, okay, 4 dots and 12 dots. So this is my grand total is 12. I have 4 currently. I need to figure out what plus 4 is going to give me 12. Again, many of you are probably looking at this going, Mrs. Burke, it is 8. I know that 8 plus 4 is 12. I need to figure out what do I have left over. So I am going to say I already have these 4 accounted for. Those are already part of my answer. So now I need to figure out what is left. Well, if I take away these 4, I'm left with 8. Keyword, take away. 12 minus 4 is 8. There are 8 units that I need. 8 and 4 make 12. And you can always check. 4 plus 8, yes. 12 does equal 12. Again, you are trying to figure out what do I do? I need to get 12. Here's my total. I'm going to take away of the 4 I already know. Okay? Again, you can start to see a pattern here. When I saw addition, I subtracted to figure out what piece is left over. When I saw addition, I subtracted to figure out what piece is left over. You can kind of already see where we're going of how addition and subtraction are related. Okay, this one I have y minus 7 is going to give me 9. Many of you that are already noticing the pattern probably have an idea of what we're going to do next in order to get our answer. Instead, for some of you that are a little more visual like I am, I'm going to draw out this number story for you. So I have some value, okay, some value, and I'm taking away 7 of those units. I am ending at 9 units. This is where I'm ending. I took away 7 units. Okay, I took away 5. Okay, I took away 7. You can see that there is in fact 7 there. I took away 7. Now, This is where you have to ask yourself, I took something away and I still ended up with 9. If I take something away, do I start out with more or less than 9? Okay? If that doesn't make sense to you, you're like, there's no context. I always tell students, think of it as money. Okay? If I have some money in my hand and I have to give $7 to somebody else and I end with 9, okay, did I start with more money than 9 or less money than 9? And you're like, well, I gave money away, so I had more money. Exactly. You had more money. Okay? Meaning that somewhere over here, you actually started with $7 more than what it is. Okay? You started with more money. To figure out how much money you started with, well, let's give those $7 back to us. 7 plus 9 is in fact 16. I actually started with $16. Okay? Notice, I took away 7 or gave away $7. If it's easy for you to think of as money, I want to figure out how much money did I start with. I'm going to add that 7 back to figure out where did I start. I started at 16. All right. Now, we're going back to addition. Okay? I have some value right here. I'm adding 5. So 5 plus some value is going to give me a negative 2. Okay? Now, sometimes we have a difficult time seeing negative values because this is the first year you've had to work with them. Okay? So whenever I work with negative values, I like to draw it out. Okay? So I'm going to go through this number sequence. So I am starting at 5. Something is happening here, and I'm ending up at negative 2. How can I go from 5 to negative 2? What is happening here? Okay, I'm actually losing positive values. I'm losing this value. I lost all of my positive values and had to end up at negative 2. If I'm losing something, or I'm getting smaller, or I'm taking them away, what operation does all of those things? You're right. It's subtraction. Subtraction does all of those things. It takes them away. It gets them smaller if I'm moving this number line. I'm losing them. I'm taking away my 5 positive values and still ending up at this negative value. So, I took away these 5 values right here. And I still had to go 2 more units negative. So how many units did I have to go negative? Let's see here, negative 2 and negative 5. That does in fact give me negative 7. Again, I saw a positive value. I saw addition. What operation did I do to undo that? Or do the opposite? I subtracted negative 2, negative 5, negative 7. Right here, you can check that. To go from 5 to 0, I went down 5. To get from 0 to 2, I went down 2. In total, I went down negative 7. Okay. Now, let's take a look at this one. This one is subtracting a negative. Okay. Again, my brain does not do well with subtracting negatives. So what do? I always use the rule keep, change, opposite. So now it's W plus 4 equals 8. Okay? I'm going to go back to the patterns that I saw. Okay? When I was looking at addition, how did I undo that? How did I work backwards? Okay? I subtracted, meaning that I need to figure out what units are left over, okay, when I take away the 4 that I already know are part of it. 4 units are left over, okay, meaning that I had 4 on this side, I had 8 on this side, okay, and I wanted to figure out if I took away the 4 units that I already know are part of it, what is left over? 4. Took away. All right, let's try this one. Okay, this one is some value, again, keep change opposite, plus 9 units is going to give me negative 12. Now, many of you want to be like, okay, I understand that when I see addition, I'm going to subtract. I understand that when I see subtraction, I'm going to have to add because I want to get back to where I started from. I'm going to have to go the other way to figure out where did I come from. So this one is saying that I have a positive 9. I'm adding something to that, and I'm ending up at negative 12. I really, really, really encourage you to just kind of think in your mind, I'm at negative 9. I'm doing something, and I'm ending at negative 12. Okay, I'm adding more negatives. I'm going negative. I'm losing all of these positive 9 and ending with a negative value. Again, I'm losing all of my positive 9 values, and I'm ending up with something that is more negative. I actually had to go down 21 units in order to end up at negative 12. Really draw that picture so that you can see why. Why is it when I see addition, I'm taking it away? Because I'm losing them. I'm losing those values. Okay? And that is it. That is, in a nutshell, what you are doing.